Hello, welcome back to the usual stream for yous. A little bit of radio. See what activities on here. The usual. You'll not be used to so many different streams. I'm sure not. Just want to make sure everything's workable and working well. I hope that's gone the right way. The joys of messing about, the joys of doing different things, and I hope I've got it in the right place. Yes, that's working. That's on, that's in place. So when I do that, that won't come on. Yes, that'll do. Right. Now then. Hey, the joys. As you gathered, I'm doing streams on various things now. Gameplay, radio, and my seat's dropped down. I've got to get a new seat. Got to. Anyway, where am I? Right. Doing streams on different things. Radio, gameplay. Broadening out the stream side of it. Seeing what I'm capable of producing. The speech side of it for you guys, there's nothing different. It's all the same. Same voice, same face. Different headset. Just in case you're wondering. Gaming headset and radio headset. I could use the same one for both applications, but I don't. I'm just trying to get a couple of things in place so I can see where comments are coming in. Yeah, I can agree. Definitely agree with that. Radio. I'm just trying to get the stream up in various places so I can see what's what, who's commenting, and where people are coming in from. So please bear with us. I will get there eventually. It's just the joys of getting things in place and what have you. Anyway, if you're just joining and wondering what ham radio is, communication, easy form, cheap, cheerful. You don't have to buy airtime. There's no contract with telecommunication operators. I'm saying it's cheap, it's not really. The equipment is quite expensive. Or is it? That's a question. Radio equipment can be expensive. Let's not beat around the bush. It isn't cheap. A lot of people say, "Oh, you must be loaded to be a radio operator." No, not really. It's all about saving money and not putting yourself in a big financial hole. Make the hobby as cheap as you can. When you're starting out, don't go all new. Big waste of space, waste of time, and a waste of money, more importantly. If you're going to come into the hobby, set yourself a budget. I don't know, roughly, shack in a box, you can pick them up 857s for around 550 or thereabouts. Or if you really are looking and you know the person that's selling it, you might get it cheaper. It all depends. If you want to get an aerial, start off something simple, just to make sure you want to get into the hobby. Something you can hear stations with, because you see a lot of people getting in, get the license, get the equipment, and they're only in it for, I don't know, about a month. We'll give it a month. And they turn around and say, oh, this is brilliant, this is brilliant. This is what I want to do. Get on there, get on the air. Oh, before I forget, Lawrence, the answer to your question is no. Unfortunately, I didn't. I haven't been in that situation. You'll understand, obviously, it's a question from a previous stream, so I did reply to it. That's the that's the answer. You'll understand with the comment that I put on for the reply. So, getting back to it, radio. Simple aerial, you can make a simple dipole up with speaker wire. You can go to a local store, local shop. Believe it or not, some of the washing lines, believe it or not, washing line, speaker wire. Washing lines, stainless steel. Have a stainless steel core. It can be used as an aerial. You can pick them up next to nothing. Speaker wire is a brilliant one. You can pick that up. I think it's rolls of about 10 meters, and you split it in half. You've got two wires. Simple for a dipole. Make it as cheap as you can when you're starting off. You don't want to go all out big money for equipment that you might not use after a month. You'll hear the bands and you go, oh, I don't want to do it, it's boring, there's nothing on there. It's radio. You've got to take into account propagation, what the sun's activity is, solar storms. You've got to take a lot into account when it comes to radio. If you can, join a radio club. Get some knowledge of radio. Get to know the background of the radio before you just jump in. I know there's a lot of remote exams out there, and there's a lot of people just jumping into the hobby, taking the exam and going, wait, is this it? They're not getting the feedback of other operators. That is essential. You need that feedback. You need to ask questions from operators that have been in the hobby for years. You'll get the odd one that'll go, oh, it's died, it's no good now, the internet's killed it. Yes, it has. Simple. The internet has killed radio compared to what it used to be. When the internet was just starting to take off, it wasn't too bad, but now social media and everything, it has taken a lot down in radio communication, especially HF activity. Bands are not getting used. What happens when the bands are not getting used? The bands are getting sold off. Airwaves are expensive. Simple as that. If you don't use the airwaves, you simply lose it. So there we go. That's a bit of a talk this morning. What do you need? What equipment do you need? That's the thing. You need a radio. Determine which bands you want to operate. HF, VHF or UHF. UHF and VHF come hand in hand with radios. You can get the odd one where it's one or the other. Don't make everything so expensive. Like I say, set yourself a budget. Don't go for the most expensive equipment. Learn, listen and understand. Kev, I'm keeping that one quiet. Now there is loads of different bits of equipment out there to use for radio. Radios, I'll start that again. Put my teeth back in. There's loads of various radios out there, various manufacturers that are out there that produce the radios. There's a lot of people, there's loads of Yaesu guys, ICOM guys and Kenwood guys that would stick to that particular brand and say, oh, you can't get better than this. It doesn't matter what bit of equipment you get, you still get each radio comes up with 100 watts. It puts out 100 watts. There's no golden 100 watts, there's no platinum 100 watts. 100 watts simply is 100 watts out of the back of a radio. Antennas, it boils down to aerials. If your aerial isn't perfect, if your aerial isn't resonant, it's going to be rubbish. Do the maths, do the calculation, make a dipole up. A lot of people swear by what's it called, G5 RVs, ladder line and wire, simple as that. It's a compromise aerial. 400 ohm feeder to wire, was it 66 foot wire or thereabouts. It's not resonant on those bands. It's not resonant on all bands. A lot of people are misguided by the ATU in a radio. Oh, the ATU will bring the SWR down. Yeah, it brings the SWR down, but it can't tune a crop aerial. Simple as that. Why are people misguided with an SWR? What the ATU, the internal tuner, does to an aerial? It does absolutely nothing. If you want to tune an aerial, a manual tuner, still the same, still pants, still rubbish. Oh, but it tunes a bit of wet string. Yeah, of course it tunes a bit of wet string. That's what a tuner does. Pulls in, it matches the SWR. Where do you tune an aerial? It's not from the shack. No, you don't tune an aerial at the shack. Tune an aerial at the aerial. Tune it at the feed point. That's where you need to tune it. Once you've got it, the SWR down to a suitable using, maybe what, 1.1, 1.2. You can get away with a 1.3. I'll try that again. SWR of 3. That would normally be the bad, the borderline. Then you start, once the SWR goes up, your power starts coming down. That is it. Get the tuner to try and give you the best possible match. It doesn't make the aerial any better than what it is. So try, learn and understand aerials. I might not have explained that brilliant. Aerials are aerials. It's like trying to use a some people have tried it and say, oh, it works. TV aerials, serious. Why would you even think about trying to use it beats me. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on. I'm having a rant. Why? It shouldn't be a rant. It should be enjoyable. This is what the hobby's about. What equipment have I got? Let's see. The IC7300. It did work up to that one, to be honest. I didn't just jump straight into it. Little bit of saving. Start off with a 450D. Actually, yeah, we'll start there. Starter equipment that I first started with. What was I going to say? Yeah, starter equipment that I used. Saved up. Didn't have the funds. Took us a while. After I passed my license, got my foundation. Saved the money up. Got a Yaesu 450D worked brilliant. Couldn't fault the radio, but I was torn between the two radios at the time. I was toying with the 450D or the 7300. Went for the cheaper option of the 450D. I thought it was a brilliant radio. Then I heard the audio from another operator with a 7300. I thought, oh, I might get one of them, because not just for the audio, just it was the visual looks as well. That's where I started from. That and a long wire. Long wire antenna, to be honest, it was okay. 10 watts, thought, oh great, I can hear quite a bit. Then when I started messing about with aerials, dipoles, it was a case of, wow, what a difference. I started messing about and made myself a homebrew 2-element monobander for 20 meters. That was another sort of stepping stone in the world of aerials. So I thought, it's going to work. It worked better than the long wire. 9 to 1 onion. Oh, you've got to have a laugh at that. 9 to 1 onion and a 10 meter long wire, 10 meters of wire. It was okay. I wouldn't say it was brilliant. It was far from it. It was far from brilliant. Did work a few stations. That's what it was. But you've always got to try and improve that aerial. The aerial is a main part of the equipment to get that signal out. Use the aerial, upgrade the aerial when you can, when you've got the funds, and if you've got the space. If you're using a dipole or 2-element beam plus elements, additional to the 2 elements, you'll need a rotator. Simple thing. Found a cheap rotator, cheap lightweight rotator. Worked well for about a year or two. Thought, oh, keep it light with a dipole, 2 10-meter fishing poles, up a height, up 30 foot. I was happy with that. But then I got the 2-element tri-bander, which then took us on to another step. I didn't want to put the 2-element homebrew monoband on, because I didn't want to, the rotator wasn't built for anything too heavy. It was a lightweight rotator. So it worked, done what it needed to do, saved up again, got the 2-element beam, and from then it's stuck. I've stuck with a 2-element beam. Does well. Had some great reports, great contacts. Enjoyed the bands. Then I wanted more. That's where it started. Got the full license. I got the 2E and then went for the full, and I wanted more. That's the problem. I was hooked. I was hooked into radio. I wanted more. I wanted bigger. I wanted better. So got the 7300 after saving up. Improved the rotator. I went for the, oh, what was it? The Yaesu G450C. Still lightweight medium rotator with a 2-element beam on top of it. I got told, oh, it's not going to last. It won't last because I don't have a cage. It's not caged. What you see on the start of, no, it wasn't on the start of the stream. It's just a scaffolding pole, rotator, and then the beam with a stub mast. I wish, Kev, I really do wish. I wish I had money to throw away. I wouldn't be sat here where I am, I'll tell you. Then obviously the power. Got the Ameritron AL84. It done well, done really well. It still works. I thought I need something different. ACOM 1010 came up, got that, and now I'm happy with the equipment that I've got. You get the equipment over time. Don't just jump in when you first get your license, go bang, I want this, I want it all new, I want it now. Don't do it. I'll advise you not to do that. Like I say, there's a lot of people coming into the hobby, pay through the nose for the equipment. They're in the hobby for a month and it's not what they want. They've got various restrictions in place with their current locations, the QTH being the home location for you guys that are not radio savvy, and they find they've just wasted all that money on equipment that they can't use. If you're going to start putting aerials up, do it the right way. Make sure you can get away with what you can put up. Test the waters. Start off cheap. Sounds daft. Sounds like you're going the long way around it. Yeah, you are. But at the same time, if you start off cheap, you're not losing anything. When it comes to setting the equipment up, you're not going to upset the neighbours. If you do, and you've got a beam up and it's fixed in place, there's nothing you can do. It's there. You're going to draw attention to the equipment. Enjoy what you do. Have a good rapport with your neighbours. Don't just put something up. Do the neighbourly thing. Just ask if a couple of doors up, a couple of doors down, or around you. Just say, would you mind, or would you object to something like this going up? Go up to them, have a chat, face to face. Tell them what it's about. 9 times out of 10, they always sort of welcome it. They might go, I don't know, but at the same time, them get curious. They become curious in what you actually do. So just bear that in mind. Anyway, that's me. I've wrapped it on for about half hour. No radio at the minute. The amplifier is warmed up. It only takes. I get this. You get people buying a amplifier, tube amplifier. Okay, they know fine well it needs time to warm up. So you switch it on, and they expect the amplifier to be usable when it's a valve amplifier. Really? No, it's not going to happen. Switch the amplifier on, do what you need to do, get yourself set up. Gives it time to warm up. What, 2.5 minutes, if that? I don't know why people complain about it. Anyway, here we go. We'll have a quick listen on the band, put a few calls out. I will actually switch that over to there. Doesn't look like there's a lot of activity on 40 meters. Doesn't look like there's any actually. There's a little bit. I'm just hoping that band right, here we go. Right. Here's an example for you. Now then. You're going to say, well, why? What's the point? I'm going to show you, okay. 40 meters. As you can see on the waterfall, it's a nice lovely colour. That's a resonant antenna. That aerial is resonant. I'll go to a non-resonant antenna, which is a 2-element beam, 10, 15 and 20 meters. Okay, look at that. Okay, I'll turn the volume up. Did that just work? That didn't work. Turn the volume up. That's a 2-element beam. Okay.
Good afternoon to you, and stay safe and have a good week, and see you again.
You see the difference?
Maybe you meet me again on the train, okay?
Big difference. You still receive the signal. We'll go down to this one because it is quite a strong one. 2-element beam, not resonant on the band at all. An aerial that is resonant on the band. Big difference. Now the ATU, the internal aerial, the internal tuner will take the SWR down. I don't think the SWRs are high on this band anyway. I think it's only about 1.2 throughout that band. Yeah, on the 2-element beam, you can still hear the station. It's not resonant, but the ATU won't tune it on the radio. Manual tuner will tune the 2-element beam on 40 meters, but it's not resonant on that band. Okay, what does that mean? The aerial is no good for operating on that band at all. Even if you use the external manual tuner to tune that aerial, the aerial is in no shape to be used for that band. Simple. That is how simple it is. Now people will try and use a manual tuner to tune this band on an aerial that isn't resonant. There we go. So why, for the life of us, do people do it with aerials and say, wait, it works? It doesn't. Get the basic understanding of aerials. Once you get the basic understanding of aerials and resonance of aerials, you'll understand one of the basics in radios. Anyway, here we go. 40 meters, there's a little bit of activity, not, like you say, not in great shape. So 20 meters. A little bit of activity on 20. We'll come down a little bit. I need to tune this amp. Get things in place. Don't think it's there. It's not there. I'll go at the right mode. It would help. I didn't think it was all the way up there. I'll come up, I think, around there. And hopefully I've still got you in the stream. It looks like it's still there. There we go. Right. So then, somebody on there. I'll put a few calls out. Give you some radio. We'll come down a little bit. We'll go 7-1. We'll have a listen. See if there's anybody there. I've just noticed there's no... that might be why. There might be some club log spots on the cluster now. So there we go. A little bit of activity rather than a plain scope. Anyway, right. Put a few calls out, see what we can get. I'm beaming in towards Europe. I'm not expecting a pile up at all in any way, shape or form, but I do hope to get a couple of contacts in the log for you guys. so it's not too boring and you haven't heard me ramble on. Right, here we go. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ20, CQ 20 meter, CQ20, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ420, CQ20, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, QRZ. Hello 20, CQ 20 meter, CQ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling 20 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, QRZ. Oh, if you can with a call saying I might come to you. I knew that, Kev. I knew who it was. I just had to do it properly, as you know. Mike 7 Kilo Echo Victor, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. 5-8 there, Kev, 5-8. How's it going?
Yeah, absolutely fine, absolutely fine. I thought I'd just jump in there, you know, the plans aren't in a good shape, but there you go.
There is actually a lot of activity, believe it or not. If looking at this scope, there's a lot of activity there. But, you know, got to try and drive a little bit more, see what we can get in the log. It's great to hear you, Kev. Anyway, what area are you using today? Go.
What was that, mate?
What area are you using today?
What area am I using?
Yeah.
Yeah, just use our side G5 at the moment, mate.
Oh, wet string.
Yeah, a bit of wet string there, mate, not a problem. I'll put the cobweb on.
Sorry, man. I'm just winding you up, Kev. It's all good fun. All good fun. Yeah, great to hear you. You can try it if you want a signal report on the cobweb. That's not a problem.
Hey, 2 seconds there, mate.
No problem.
Yeah, Lee, you there?
Well, you've actually dropped down on the on the cobweb.
It does a job. It could be that you're pretty low.
That's about it. That's probably why. We'll stick to that excuse. We'll leave you with that one. Look after yourself, Kev. Take it easy, and we'll catch up with you further down the log. Mike 7 Kilo Echo Victor, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Take care, Kev.
Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Mike 7 Kilo Echo Victor. That's back on the way there, mate. Go for a 12 HCS, my friend, and catch you further down.
No bother, mate. You take it easy. 7-3. Which audio is it, Lawrence? Is it the radio? Because I haven't changed anything on that. QRZ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. That might be better. QRZ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, QRZ. Let us know if that audio's gone up a little bit. It should have done. CQ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, QRZ. Hello 20, CQ20, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, QRZ. The audio that I've set on the radio is as high as I want to take it without it being overdriven. CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. CQ20, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. Hello 20, CQ20, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. Hello 20, CQ20, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. Wow, thought I might have get more than this. I'll tell you what I've done that might... If that's what... Right, I'll turn that down. Believe it or not, if this is what you mean, Lawrence, that audio, I've actually, it's the noise reduction I've got in place. And put a few more calls out. CQ20, CQ20 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 20 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. Hello 20, CQ20, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. Yeah, the I've actually got the noise reduction on, which has obviously reduced the background noise. It's easier on easier on my ears, and I can probably pull out stations a little bit easier. Plus, there's not all that hash in the background, which is why it might be causing a little bit of confusion with the audio setting. Hope that's explained it a little bit better for you. CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 20 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. Uniform Romeo 5, Sierra Romeo question mark. QSL there, Roman. I have you at 5x7 into the northeast UK. Name is Lee Lima Echo Echo. Uniform Romeo 5, Sierra Romeo November, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Go ahead. That's Ukraine.
Very good modulation. Temperature yes to 857, 50 watts, and antenna 40 meter quadrat, cubic 40 meter. Roger.
QSL doing a great job with that 857. Great little radio. Yeah, doing a fantastic job there. Running the IC7300. 400 watts and a 2-element tri-band beam, not quite your direction, but coming in quite well there. 7.3 from here in the northeast UK, and hopefully work you again further down the log, and good luck in the contest. Uniform of Romeo 5, Sierra Romeo November, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Take care, Roman. 7.3. Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll confirm QRZ.com. That's not a problem. I do upload the logs once a month, so they do go through there. 7.3 Roman, take it easy. Paka. QRZ Golf 6 Mike November Delta. QRZ Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ20 Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. QRZ. Hello 20 CQ20 Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. QRZ. Hello 20 CQ20 Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta calling CQ20 CQ. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. QRZ. Hello 20 CQ20 Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta calling 20 meters. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. QRZ. Hello 20 CQ20 Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. QRZ. CQ Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta calling 20 meters. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. QRZ. I really do hope it's not going to be like this for the contest. It's really bad. I know I'm getting out. We'll have a listen.
America 6, Florida, Oscar, Florida. CQ DX.
Calling DX.
Florida, Oscar, Florida, over.
There's a few stations on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Radio Norway to Hotel CQ20.
Golf 6 Mike November Delta.
Charlie Queen again.
You hear that splatter?
Oscar Zulu 1 Charlie Queen, good afternoon. Thank you. You're 5757.
I'm not quite beaming towards him actually into rush hour. I've turned the beam to him. I think I need a shave, don't you think? Get rid of the...
Your speech quality quite good. Sorry. I don't see any trouble in your signal, sorry, Kilson. Fine business indeed, sir. In 73, good luck. Oscar Zulu 1 Charlie Queen, RN2H, thank you. Radio Norway 2 Hotel.
Golf 6 Mike November Delta.
Golf 6. Mike November Delta, thank you. Good afternoon. 5959 near Moscow, QSL.
QSL there, Sergey. I have you 5-9 here into the northeast UK. Lovely strong signal coming from you there at the moment. Name the site is Lee Lima Echo Echo. Pleasure to get you in the log there for the first time. Working conditions is the IC7300, 400 watts and a 2-element tri-band beam around 30 foot above the ground. Romeo November 2 Hotel Golf 6 Mike November Delta.
QSL. I'm looking on your picture, on your photo. Who is this baby on your photo?
That's the daughter, Eva. She does enjoy the radio. Sergey, go ahead.
QSL. Picture's very nice. Very good. Okay, Lee, thank you. Thank you very much, Lee, for this short contact. I wish you all the best to stay safe and bye-bye. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Radio Norway 2 Honolulu. Take care and bye-bye.
Thank you very much. You take care. 7-3 from here in the northeast UK, and if you're taking part in the contest of the weekend, good luck with that one, Sergey. Romeo November 2 Hotel Golf 6 Mike November Delta clear. Take it easy.
Thanks a lot, Lee. Bye-bye. 73.
So there you go. Russia, no problem at all. Lovely, clean contact. So there is activity. I am getting out. I am being heard, which is the most important thing. Sometimes you do doubt your equipment. It's a natural thing when you're operating, and you've been operating a while. You know you can get the contacts, but at the same time, there's the odd occasion where you do need to do maintenance on your aerial, and do maintenance quite, I'm saying quite regular, but regularly. Keep an eye on your aerial, make sure things are in order. When you're tuning the aerial up, when you're tuning the aerial, I've got that on the brain. When you're operating, it does sound quite strange, quite weird, quite. Keep an eye on your SWR. Take the ATU out of line and just monitor your SWR where it would normally be when you're in the shack. When you transmit without an ATU, just monitor where that is, and then just check the aerial over, drop it down every now and again, just make sure everything's in place. Check the coax, check the other bits and pieces, the attachments to the aerial, Jubilee clips, things like that, things that you wouldn't normally check. Just check them over, make sure they're secure, because you don't want them coming down. Yeah, Lawrence, she is becoming quite famous around the world, but I don't know. She is on the QRZ page, so it does drive a lot of activity in that. A bit of a conversation starter, as you've just found out there, but it is great. She enjoys the radio. She enjoys getting by the radio, messing about. I do want to get her in for a license, but it's got to be something she wants to do. She changes her mind more times than enough. She's a kid. She's a child. That's what you expect. Plays with her toys, plays out, comes on the radio, sits on my knee, and believe it or not, she has put a couple of CQ calls out, and she got frightened. She did get a fright when people could come back to her. So we're working on that one with her. It's getting her used to it. So all in good fun. So I've getting a couple of contacts. Not brilliant, but I do hope the band's going to fare out a bit better over the weekend. I'm sure I'll do well, and it's a great contest to take part in. I'm looking forward to it. I think there's this one. There's two contests I take part in. This one's a main one, and I enjoy it. I'm just fortunate this weekend to have the time off work to get on and be able to take part in the contest. So unfortunately, due to the rules and regulations, or should I say the rules of the contest, unfortunately I can't stream it, which is a bit of a shame, because that would have been quite an interesting one. There's a lot of people out there, a lot of guys now wanting to stream the contests, just to show you guys what the stations are they're using, how they're going about it, and what have you. So I think that might be something the powers that be might need to start and consider allowing streaming, providing you don't show your working frequency. That's got to be one of the biggest ones. If you're going to stream a contest, don't put on where you're transmitting. That's the contest rules. Unless you spot it in a cluster, and you're not spotting yourself, then that's the rules that have been set out. But it is a shame. I would have liked to have brought a stream, and I'm sure there's a lot of big stations out there that would have liked to do the same thing. Show you what's actually happening, show you what's going on, show you behind the scenes, as it were. There is stations out there that do sort of record during the contest, but I would dare say I could do that. I could record the contest, or the times that I'm on during the contest. I can record that. That wouldn't be a problem. But it's later on. You've got to allow so long for the contest committee to draw up all the scores and what have you, so there's no sort of cheating going on, or making sure all the contacts are logged correctly. So it's one of them things. I would love to do that. I'll go back down to 14171. Try putting a few more calls out. If it's not going to happen, it's not going to happen. Everybody's probably holding off, getting themselves prepared, making sure everything's in order for the contest over the weekend, which starts from midnight tonight and runs through till Sunday, 23:59 hours UTC. So it should be fun. It should be full of entertainment. It is that's exactly it, Lawrence. Advertising radio, what the radio is capable of. I think there's a lot of people out there that are misguided, and they misunderstand radio. They don't understand it fully, and as soon as you mention ham radio or any form of radio communication, first thing that people jump to is CB. Believe it or not, it's just CB. It isn't. It's a little bit more formal than CB, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense. Everybody on amateur radio is licensed. There's no or there shouldn't be any foul language. We've got to undertake exams to show that we're capable and understand the equipment, band conditions, license conditions. There's all sorts that we've got to do to understand radio. I do sometimes come across quite, how can I put it, quite dense, uneducated, but that's what I want. I don't want to come across too sort of knowledgeable. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I know what I need to know. I know what I need to do. I understand the operation behind the radio. I understand the technology in the radio. It's fun. Just make it fun. I don't know why what is it with a lot of people now get into things and they make it so competitive, and they get quite frustrated and angry over it. It makes you wonder. The mind boggles. Anyway, right. I'm going to disappear. I've done 2 streams today. I'm not used to this. 1 gameplay and 1 radio. Really, I should try and merge them both in together, shouldn't I? That would be interesting. Playing the game with the radio in the background. Nah, it won't work. Or will it? Yeah. So, there we go. If you're going to get into the hobby, get into it for the right reasons. don't get into it because you're being pressured into it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You go fishing, you don't like the weather, you didn't like fishing, you didn't like catching fish. Why do I keep referring it to fishing? Anyway, I don't go fishing, that's the problem. I don't go fishing, don't like it. Sitting out there in the cold, catching fish. Although if I had to, I'd do the fishing. I don't mind it. It's okay. I can. I can fish. What's this world coming to, man? Anyway, right, I'm gonna disappear. I've just gone completely down. Whoosh. If you guys are taking part in the WPX contest, good luck to each and every one of you that are taking part in it. Good luck to the big stations and also the smaller stations. It's not that often the smaller stations get noticed during a contest, but they are out there. If you hear them, give them a call. Doesn't matter if you like a contest or not. Just call in, give the points away, switch the radio on, have a listen. This one's one of the biggest contests going, and there's a lot of stations take part in it, a lot of the big stations. There's a few rare DX stations that do it as well, so it is one of the stations, one of the contests where you can build your DXCC up. You can build your DXCC up. So then, guys, I'm off. I'm gonna disappear like a magician in a cloud of smoke. No, it's not. Right, look after yourselves. I'm going. Take it easy and enjoy the weekend. 7-3 from the small station outside of the northeast UK. This is Golf 6 Mike November Delta signing off for you guys. Take it easy. Look after yourselves.